G'day everyone, it's Shadow here again. I'm from Sub83. Just doing another tutorial video, this time on subordinate cities. I get asked quite a lot from other players as to what subordinate cities will make them stronger, and how to improve them. So just going to take a look at subordinate cities, what they do. I won't go into too much detail in this one, just want to try and keep it a bit short, but we'll improve as we go. So as we get more in depth, I'll do a couple more videos. So firstly, we'll look at subordinate cities. So from keep level 11, you can start getting subordinate cities. Each city has its own one already, which appears in the top left corner, and it's always the same culture as what your city is. The one in your city you can upgrade. So mine's a blue level, and you can upgrade the quality just to give you your extra bonuses. In my opinion, it's not worth going past blue, so 500,000 gems is a bit expensive to be able to upgrade just for an extra 20% gold, 20% subordinate city training speed, 10% on the buff, and 1% on the levy. So to me, that's not worth 500,000 gems. But I'll leave it up to everyone else to decide. So subordinate cities, one for each culture. And we'll have a look at what the buffs they provide are. So we'll start with Russia first. So that's what a Russian subsidy looks like on the map. If it says NPC subordinate city, it means that no player owns it and they're free to take. If it's got a name there, it means there's a general in it, and you'll capture that general when you capture the subordinate city. If you click on it, hit attack, it gives you a detail of how powerful the subsidy is, and that will give you an idea of if you can attack it or not. It's very important at the start of the game to ignore the winning odds, because the winning odds are worked out off your monarch power, not your march power. So your winning odds can be extremely high, but you'll still lose because you can't march the power that's required for the subordinate city. So it's always a good idea just to check the power of the city compared to your march power before you attack. Just to show you how to do this, if you just go attack, down there's your march power. So my march power is 13 million, which will easily overpower the small amount that's in this subordinate city. I've used your general, so it's just a basic general. White general, not much power, pretty basic stats, so fairly easy to defeat. And you capture him when you capture the subsidy, sorry. And up here you've got the buffs of the subsidy. So being a white subordinate city, so you've got white, green, blue, purple and gold. They're the colours in ascending order, and obviously the higher they are, the better the buffs. So starting at base, we've got 100% gold production speed, 100% troop training speed, and then this is the Russian buff, which is patriotism, and it gives a 2% in-city troop attack, which means that if your city is attacked, when you have this subsidy, it'll give you an extra 2% attack to those troops defending. Doesn't sound like much, but when you add up all your buffs, 2% can come in a little bit handy every now and then. So Russia is a defending attack boost. Next up, we have Korea. So again, if we go into that, again, being a white, you've still got your 100% gold, 100% training. And then you've got your two special buffs here that Korea gives. The first one is storage, so it increases your warehouse capacity by 6%. So basically, it increases how many resources you can protect in your warehouse. And the next one is food protected from troop upkeep, so it increases the amount of food that you can keep without being eaten by your troops. Arabia's up next. So Arabia's one, again you got your two standard ones, and then we've got a hospital capacity increase of 3%. So hospital cap comes in handy, allows you to have more wounded troops before they start dying. So if you're a player that gets attacked or is a trap city, it's a good one to have to increase the amount of wounded that go to hospital rather than dying. America. So America again, basic buffs, and these ones here, so it gives you an extra 10% to your subordinate city gold production, and also an extra 1% to your gold levy. So this gives you a little bit more gold production for your city. China. China's a resource one, so it increases your production speed of resources and also your gathering speed of resources. So it helps you gain resources faster. Europe. Europe is a construction speed increase. So the basic one gives you a 3% increase to your construction speed. And lastly, we have Japan. So Japan is an attack increase for attacking troops. So it gives you a 2% marching troops attack increase. So Russia is a defensive subsidy, whereas Japan is an offensive subsidy. Now, if we have a look at bookmarks, they all look different. China and Korea look kind of similar, and so does America and Europe, but the other ones are fairly easy to tell apart. And if you're ever in doubt as to what subsidy you're looking at, just click it, click attack, and it tells you the culture and also what the buffs are. A lot of people ask me which subsidies are best to make them stronger, and it really just depends on what stage of the game you're at. So as a growing city at the start, you're definitely going to want things like Europe and China and America, which give you your construction increase so you can build faster, a resource increase so you can get more resources to be able to build with, and a gold increase to give you a bit of extra gold for your research and generals. Korea is a nice one to have on the side, just to give you a little bit of warehouse storage capacity if you find that you're constantly getting attacked and losing resources. You can help yourself give a little bit more with Korea. And as you progress through the game, you want to change your subs around a little bit. So in the building phase, you definitely want Europe, China, America, and then in the fighting phase, once you've built up, you're going to want your Japans for your offensive attack, Arabia for your hospital capacity, and your Russia for your defensive ability. These all stack as well, so you can have, if we go out in here, let's have a look at ranking. So you got rankings on this game. So you've got Archduke, Duke, Earl, Viscount. Go down. Let's go up here easier. So Archduke, Duke, Earl, Viscount, Baron, and Knight. And as you gain prestige in the game, you unlock your ranking, and it gives you these extra benefits. The main one you're looking at for this tutorial is the subordinate cities capacity. So as you rank up, you can see that you can hold extra subsidies on every level. So the more you can hold, the more that stack up. For example, I can currently hold 8 subordinate cities. So I've got my 8 out of 8. And you can see there I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Russians, which help my defensibility, and they all stack. So if we have a look at the buffs in these ones, you can see that I've got 10% there, plus 8, so that's 18, plus 6, so that's 24, plus 4, so 28. So all those Russian subordinate cities give me an extra 28% defensive attack increase. Also got a China there for a bit of resource production. My main one in my city is America, because that's what my culture is, so it gives me a bit of gold production. I've got an Arabia there for a little bit of hospital capacity, and then I've got a Japan for attacking. I'll probably change it around a little bit. As I progress, I might change my culture to Japan to give me another Japanese sub, and I may drop the China in the future as well to pick up another Japan. So as far as subordinate cities go, it really just depends on what stage of the game you're at. The type of city, the buffs give you a little bit, unless you can sort of get like a gold or a purple. They don't give you that much. But one thing you do want to look at is your talents. your monarch talents. And you really want to aim for this one over here, so the subordinate city attack. What this does is it gives you a percentage increase per subordinate city. So when it's maxed out, it's 4% per subordinate city, so that's defensive and offensive. And for example, so I've got 8 subordinate cities, so 8 times 4, 32. So that talent gives me an extra 32% attack just from having the subcities there, no matter what culture they are. And they basically act like a Japanese sub. So each subordinate can get that, and that's what helps make it a bit stronger. So that's the subordinate city types. I'm not going to go into generals and stuff yet, but I'll go into that in another tutorial. So hopefully that helps explain a little bit. Thank you.